In today's world, communication is instant. With a single phone call, help can be summoned from miles away in a matter of seconds. For most people, dialing emergency services is something they'll never have to do. But for those who answer the calls, the operators on the other end, every ring carries the weight of someone else's life. Some calls end in relief. Some end with sirens arriving just in time, and some end in silence. These are not reenactments. These are not legends. These are real 911 calls that took a devastating turn and still haunt the people who answered them. Case 1. Kyle Plush. Help was only yards away. Kyle was 16 years old. He was a sophomore at Seven Hills School in Cincinnati, Ohio. A normal teenager with plans, goals, and a future ahead of him. He played tennis, he went to school, and on April 10, 2018, he went to campus for what was supposed to be just another routine match. Kyle arrived at the school parking lot around 3 p.m., driving his family's 2004 Honda Odyssey minivan. His tennis equipment was stored in the back of the vehicle, so he climbed inside to retrieve it. That decision would cost him his life. As Kyle reached into the rear of the van, one of the fold-down seats unexpectedly snapped backward. The sudden movement threw him into the trunk area, pinning him upside down. His chest was compressed by nearly 70 pounds of pressure. He couldn't move, he couldn't breathe properly, and he couldn't free himself. Panicked but thinking clearly, Kyle used Siri on his phone to call 911. He didn't call once. He called twice. The first call came in at 3:16 p.m. His voice was muffled, distorted by the position he was trapped in. The operator struggled to understand him. Kyle repeated himself, gasping for air. "I'm at Seven Hills. I'm going to die here." Police were dispatched to the school parking lot. 2 officers arrived 10 minutes later and searched the area for over 11 minutes. They didn't find him. While officers were still on scene, Kyle made a second call at 3:35 p.m. This time, he managed to provide critical information. He told the dispatcher exactly where he was. He described the vehicle, a gold 2004 Honda Odyssey, and then he said something no parent should ever hear their child say. "I probably don't have much time left. Tell my mom I love her if I die." That information, his location, the vehicle description, was never relayed to the officers already searching the parking lot. At 3:37 p.m., the call was closed. Kyle was still alive. He would remain trapped for hours. At 9 p.m., Kyle's father found him inside the minivan. It was too late. Years later, the city of Cincinnati settled a wrongful death lawsuit with Kyle's family for $6 million. Policy changes followed. Training improved, but none of it could undo the truth. Help was only yards away, and Kyle died waiting for it. Case 3. Susan Powell. If I die, it wasn't an accident. Susan didn't disappear. She was erased. Susan was meticulous. She documented her life, journals, emails, notes. And in those writings, she documented something else: fear. Her husband, Josh Powell, wasn't outwardly violent. He was quiet, emotionally distant, controlling. The kind of person who doesn't raise alarms until it's too late. Susan's friends noticed changes. She became withdrawn, nervous, constantly on edge. And then there was Josh's father, Stephen. Stephen Powell was obsessed with Susan. He filmed her, wrote songs about her, spied on her through windows. Susan felt hunted, and Josh did nothing to stop it. In one journal entry, Susan wrote words that now feel prophetic. "If I die, it may not be an accident even if it looks like one." She named Josh directly. In December 2009, Susan was preparing to leave. She had researched divorce. She was planning an exit. She never got the chance. On December 6th, Josh claimed he took their 2 young sons camping in the middle of the night during winter on a school night. Susan stayed home. By morning, she was gone. Her purse, her phone, her shoes, her coat, all left behind. Police were called. Josh returned, calm, detached. Scratches were found on his hands and neck. His stories changed. Blood was found in his van, but without a body, there were no charges. Years later, Josh was granted supervised visits with his children. On February 5, 2012, during one of those visits, Josh locked the social worker outside the house. Neighbors heard screams. Josh attacked his two sons with a hatchet. Then he set the house on fire. The social worker called 911 as gasoline fumes filled the air. It was over in minutes. Josh died in the fire. The boys didn't survive. Only after his death did prosecutors confirm what everyone already knew. Josh Powell murdered Susan Powell. Her body has never been found. Case 3. Loretta Pickard. They're coming for me, right? Loretta Pickard was 76 years old. She lived alone in Lakeland, Florida. She had recently undergone hip surgery and relied on a walker to move around her home. On November 23, 2018, her house caught fire. Loretta didn't panic. She didn't scream. She called 911. For nearly 20 minutes, she stayed on the line as smoke filled her home. She told the dispatcher everything. She was inside. She was alone. She couldn't walk fast. She couldn't escape. Firefighters arrived outside her house while Loretta was still alive. She could hear the sirens. At one point, her voice cracked. "They know I'm in here, right? They're coming for me, aren't they?" For 8 minutes, firefighters remained outside her house while Loretta waited inside the burning house. Critical information didn't reach the right people. Protocols overruled urgency. Exceptions were never made. Loretta stayed on the phone. Her breathing slowed. Her voice weakened. Then came the silence. When firefighters finally entered the house, Loretta Pickard was already dead. Later investigations revealed multiple failures, miscommunication, hesitation, even a firefighter recording a Snapchat video while the fire was still active. Policies changed afterwards, but Loretta died believing rescue was moments away. Some calls don't end when the line goes dead. They linger, in recordings, in memories, in the people who answered them. These were real calls, real people, real moments where timing and communication meant everything. And for the operators who listened helplessly on the other end, they never truly hang up.